Pemerintah Jepang semakin terbukti agresif masuk ke dalam negeri. Salah satu yang bisa kita lihat dengan kasat mata adalah melalui investasi. Tidak tanggung-tanggung, melalui Japan International Cooperation Agency ataupun JICA sudah menggelontorkan dana puluhan triliun rupiah dalam beberapa tahun terakhir. Dan salah satunya adalah yang akan saya munculkan ke hadapan Anda, bahwa Jepang, negeri sakura tersebut, turut serta berinvestasi dalam pendanaan pembangunan MRT, Mass Rapid Transit, fase 1 dari Lebak Bulus menuju Bundaran HI. Nilai pembangunan MRT ini 16 triliun rupiah. Tidak hanya berhenti dari di dana, tapi MRT ini tampaknya menjadi sebuah simbol peradaban baru negara merdeka seperti kita, Indonesia. Tidak berhenti sampai di fase 1, tapi saya akan mengajak Anda untuk melihat bagaimana dengan bangunan fase kedua. Karena ternyata kita lihat bahwa Jepang juga lagi-lagi menggelontorkan dana 9,44 triliun rupiah dari total dana 22,5 triliun rupiah yang dibutuhkan untuk pembangunan MRT fase kedua. Sudah di sini muncul, mungkin nunggu saya untuk ikut ya ke Bundaran HI. Dan MRT fase kedua ini bertujuan untuk membangun konektivitas dari Bundaran HI ke Kampung Bandan, Utara Jakarta. Jadi setelah selatan Jakarta, kini Utara Jakarta. Ditargetkan bahwa MRT fase kedua ini akan mulai beroperasi pada awal tahun 2025. Selain mengenai investasi Jepang, ada banyak hal yang bisa negara seperti Indonesia pelajari dari Jepang. Bagaimana disiplin mereka, filosofi hidup, dan cara bekerja mereka yang harus menyelesaikan segala target sesuai dengan waktu yang sudah diekspektasi sebelumnya. Investasi Jepang di Indonesia kian berisi. Data BKPM terakhir menunjukkan bahwa Jepang tercatat masih sebagai salah satu negara yang paling rajin berinvestasi di Indonesia. Data BKPM pada kuartal pertama 2019 menunjukkan nilai investasi Jepang ke Indonesia tercatat 1,13 miliar dolar Amerika Serikat. Meski angka ini masih berada di bawah Singapura dan juga China. Dari segi perdagangan, surplus perdagangan Indonesia-Jepang tercatat kian menipis. Data dari Kementerian Perdagangan mencatat bahwa surplus dagang Indonesia-Jepang mencapai nyaris 254 juta dolar Amerika Serikat. Dan secara year on year, angka surplus ini anjlok lebih dari 62%. Lantas, mampukah Jepang memperbaiki kongsi dagang dengan Indonesia di tengah panas dingin geopolitik hingga perang dagang? Secara eksklusif, Duta Besar Jepang untuk Indonesia, Masafumi Ishii, akan membuka secara terang benderang seperti apa sesungguhnya hubungan bilateral ekonomi politik kedua negara. Saya Hera F Haryn. Selamat datang di Icon. Mr. Ambassador, thank you for joining our show.
Great to see you. Selamat siang ya.
Yeah, selamat siang. Mr. Ambassador, talking about Indonesia and Japan, it's been a long time relationship, more than 5 decades. Do you think that Indonesia is still a beautiful girl at the moment?
I think it's more beautiful than ever. And I think Indonesia is going to become more and more beautiful as years go by. Because you have a big future.
Can you capturing what kind of big picture do you mean about Indonesia?
You know, the Indonesia population is number 4 in the world, still growing. Very young generation, a lot of young generation. Aging is not a problem not yet. And I think GDP is growing by more than 5% every year. And then by the time you enjoy your 100th year anniversary of your independence around the year 2045, I think your GDP will be like world number 5. Or if you succeed, you may become number 4, which means Japan will be number 5. So I think you have all the future. in your hand. And of course, if you play your card right. And I think Japan can help you play your card right. And for the time being, Japan needs vitality of Indonesia as well. We are aging country. Our population is declining. We do need a talented fresh labor, which Indonesia can provide. And Indonesia needs to have education of human capacity building, which Japan can provide. So it's a very complementary win-win relation. And all the story starts from the belief that Indonesia is growing faster and faster for the future.
Mr. Ambassador, how will Japan will help? Because you mentioned about help before. How will Japan help Indonesia to reach some of the big target? You know, like it's going to be like the 4th biggest market in the world on 20 and 30 or something like that. Do you think what kind of help that Japan will give to Indonesia?
Yeah, I think President Jokowi has already identified priorities for his second term, and I think he picked up all the right objectives. First, human capacity building, you know, the technology transfer, where, as I explained, Japan can help a lot. We are going to open up our labor market a little bit more to the people from abroad. And we are ready to accept more talented laborers from abroad, where Indonesia can become a very important supply source. And as long as we are able to receive Indonesian workforce, we can give them opportunity for increasing their capabilities. So it's we need labor, you need education. So I think this is a way we are going to help. Export, I think you do need to increase export for the further growth. I think your export GDP ratio is still very low, 20%, while the ratio in other ASEAN countries are 60%, 70%. In Thailand, it's more than 100%. So you still have a lot of room for improvement in terms of the increase of export. While we have a lot of Japanese companies operating here, car industries, who are trying to use Indonesia as a base for their export. So I think this is another example where we can make a complementary efforts to help Indonesia grow even faster.
Very interesting. So there are 3 points. It's like human capability, human development, and about export, trade, and then about investment.
Sure.
Let's talk about the human capital.
Okay.
You're going to open more opportunity for Indonesians to get education to Japan and to work in Japan. How big the growth is going to be if we compare to the existing condition?
You know, at this time we have a system which is called the training regime. We accept some of Indonesian people in our company where they are given an opportunity for just a trainee. So the number of Indonesian trainees now in Japan is, if I remember correctly, 22,000. 22,000 by itself is a big number already. And we are now trying to create a new category where if there are talented laborers in Indonesia, which clears a certain milkmark, like capability of speaking Japanese, some training, some expertise in a certain category, our labor market is open for the application. So that gives, a new system gives Indonesian people a stable base for staying in Japan while working, legitimately working in Japan. We don't know the number yet because we have just started the system this year. But response from Indonesian side has been very positive, and we are determined to work together with Indonesian officials to make this new system a very fruitful one for both of us.
What about the tourism sector? Is about the
Which
visa tourism sector.
Tourism,
like
okay.
if Indonesians want to visit Japan, because we've been having already the intimate relationship between two countries about the visa. Is there going to be the easier policy on the tourism sector?
Well, if you want to go to Japan for tourism, if the time duration of the stay is limited, like 3 months, you don't need visa. at this time. You don't have to have visa if you have the electric passport. So I think the system has been already very well facilitated. Number of Indonesian tourists last year to Japan was 420,000, I think, which was 20% growth from the previous year. It's been growing by 20% every year. And now the exchange of tourists both ways is more than 900,000. While Japanese people coming here has been like stable 500,000. So the increase always comes from Indonesia. So I think the number itself is big, but you know the tourists, for example, coming from Singapore to Japan is already more than 300,000. Singapore 300,000, Indonesia 420,000. I'm sure Indonesia still has a lot of potentials to realize, and you know I think
is there any like breakthrough policy in the future?
Well, there are many things we would like to do. For example, well, majority of Indonesian people are Muslim people, so we are now trying to develop halal aspect of tourism, opening a homepage that gives you the location of the halal restaurants in Tokyo, and so on and so forth. So that's one way to do it. And at the same time, I think the interest of the Indonesian people have become very diverse. In the past, you know, Japan means sakura, cherry blossom in April period. Now there are more people going to Hokkaido for skiing, for snow around November, December. And even between those peak seasons, there are many people who want to go to their own destination. I think where the social, you know, SNS is playing a great role. I think there are a lot of Indonesian people visiting Japan, sort of send back a lot of the pictures, Instagram, or, you know, Facebook, by showing their special place. And that has stirred up the interest on the part of younger generation of Indonesian tourists. So I hope that pace of the increase of Indonesian tourists to Japan will continue to rise as it is now. And
Japan to Indonesia as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That's my job too. So I think first target is be more than 1 million next year, and then after that we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so welcome to Indonesia to
Sure, of course.
to all the Japanese. Kami akan kembali saat lagi. Tetaplah bersama kami di Economics CNBC Indonesia Beyond Business.
As a trade war, because what has happened is not a war.
It's not a war for
No.
you.
First, let me start from here. Korea is a neighbor, very important neighbor for us.